welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. Before I get started, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week about Teen Mom OG, Teen Mom 2, and news going on in the reality TV world. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Dr. Drew starts this reunion episode off by announcing that today is the 10-year anniversary of their very first reunion, and they show a picture of them. Aww. He asks Kale, what's the biggest difference between then and now? Their lip size? There was a bond. We were all so close. That's why we got all these matching heart tattoos together. What was your lowest moment from back in those days? Me storming off stage? Kale, you did that like 2 months ago. What kind of boyfriend do you guys see yourselves with? Kale sees Leah with an older man with money, and for herself, Kale says, I want a part-time boyfriend. Like, lives at my house half the week and then goes back to his place so I get some me time. So, like Chris? Crashes at your place for the weekend and then heads back to his main chick's house? They congratulate Leah and Kale on 10 years of reunions, and they bring out this jewelry for them and really tasty looking chocolates to the 2 remaining original cast members. Then they zoom in Ashley. I have not spoken to Jade, but I don't care about our beef anymore. We might as well move forward. Would you get a matching tattoo with her, like the original cast did? She says, as long as it's not here and here. Burn. Then Drew asks Kale about the custody situation with Chris. I've been in therapy for 18 months. I don't like to hear that I'm wrong, but my therapist tries to give me Chris's perspective. We had went to court together and we got a 2-year court order. Since the judge ruled on it, it actually can't be modified. I think Lux and Creed would not benefit from 50-50 custody with Chris. There's distance between me and Chris, plus a lot of other things. We also have court-ordered therapy together that we haven't started yet. I hope it will be better once we do. Then they bring out Devoin and they ask Kale, why did you choose to have him on your podcast? I wanted to give him a chance to tell his story. I didn't like what I saw on the show of him. It wasn't accurate. Devoin pipes in to say, I gained 75,000 new followers from her podcast, so that was cool. Yeah, I'm sure he went on that podcast to share his story and not for the clout at all. Kale says, it was never a shot at Briana. It's like having a business on my podcast. Some exposure can take you a long way. Does Devoin have a business to promote? My friendship with Devoin was never about revenge or animosity. They asked Devoin, do you see any similarities between Kale and Briana? We don't talk enough about how similar Kale and Briana really are. Multiple baby daddies, constant drama, love being petty, love withholding the children. That's why they hate each other so much, because they're exactly alike and it clashes. Kind of like Gabby Hanna and Trisha Paytas. Usually 2 crazy people don't get along. You'd think they would, but they don't. All Devoin says is, well, they're both mothers. Yeah, it's almost like they're on a show called Teen Mom or something. Although, being a teen mom is apparently not a requirement for being on the show, considering that they hired Cheyenne. Kale, would you and Bri ever reconcile? Bri and I are not actively arguing right now, but I have no desire for a friendship with her. She just isn't on my mind. Not actively arguing? Clearly this was filmed before Kale sued Briana on some BS, so it's pretty funny to watch Kale pretend like she doesn't care. Can we have everyone out here on the couch together? I don't want to be on the couch with Briana. I have boundaries. And next they bring out Jade, and they ask her and Briana about the dumpster fire BBL experience. Briana says, I thought she was gonna die. She wasn't getting oxygen and her whole body was blue. I don't know what I would have done without Briana. Her and Shirley gave me my first shower. My scabs were draining and blood was everywhere. Sean, who was the one who was supposed to do it, he came in the bathroom, said, oh my god, and started running away and crying. This is the same Sean who complains that Jade emasculates him, by the way. I was bleeding so much I was lightheaded, but Bri and Shirley were there for me. I was crying in my bed that no one was going to come for me, but they were the answer to my prayers. Briana was an angel. She picked me up when I was really down, and Shirley did so much too. It really strengthened our friendship. Jade is so appreciative she actually starts crying on stage. It's nice to see Briana is not all evil. She seems to only hate men, but she's actually a great friend to other girls, excluding Kale. Then Drew asks Briana about her constant surgery. She says everyone wants to work on something. True, but most people don't work on the same something 5 times in a row. Unless you take Farrah Abraham into account, but she's an outlier. Did the outside fix the inside, Briana? No, I need therapy for the inside. How's your new man? Javi is so kind and genuine, and he cares about me and the girls. It's the first time I met somebody that checks all my boxes. Has he asked to marry you? Maybe. I just wanted this for such a long time. How's things with Lewis? No contact with him. Devoin takes both the girls by himself. Stella has no problems with him. Sometimes I wonder, she has Devoin, does Stella even need Lewis? No, and in fact, she's probably better off without him and his creepy-ass smile. Briana turns to Devoin and says, thank you for loving Stella. She loves you so much. A rare, cute, and grateful moment from Briana. Fuck Lewis. Stella's gonna mend my relationship with Devoin. But the cuteness does not last very long. Devoin says he pays $250 a month in child support to Briana when Dr. Drew asks. And she says, well, Devoin spends $500 on jeans that he posted on Instagram yesterday. That could have been money for Nova. The last time you paid a bill was a while ago, Devoin. He says, if you want to put me on child support, I don't mind. I would treat you the same. Do it, please. You get so offensive. I think Briana meant defensive. Close, but no dice. But I just find it funny how this man is literally asking to be put on child support, and she just gets mad and says that he's getting defensive or offensive. Like, really strange reaction. And so they start fighting on stage about money. Brianna's yelling at him to shut the fuck up. Devoin asks, is there a word count going here? Because I feel like she's talking more than I am. He gets so flustered about money. When Teen Mom 3 was canceled, I took care of Nova then. Not MTV, me. I can buy these shoes because my kids' bills are paid in advance. You buy $500 jeans, but just buy Nova a pair of sneakers. You do the bare minimum. You're not a real man. You're not a real man. Nessa says, it doesn't have to be like this, guys. Bitch, I forgot you were here. Why is Nessa even on these reunions? Dr. Drew sits between Bree and Devoin, but he serves about as much purpose as the couch pillows. He says and does nothing, and Devoin walks off stage anyway. Briana says, being the kind person that I am, I don't put him on child support. Dr. Drew says, he just said you could do it. Finally, I agree with Dr. Drew on something. Like, I've said this before, Briana is not keeping him off child support off of the goodness of her heart. She's doing it out of a weird sense of control and a fear that the courts might give him more time with the kids than she does. Yeah, my lawyer told me to put him on child support too. Like, I agree, but at the same time, why do we have to go there? Then they bring Brittany out. She's weirdly quiet today and she isn't telling her usual jokes for the most part. She says, I don't feel bad for anyone, but I do wish Devoin's delivery was different. He doesn't act like that at home. Briana doesn't mean to come off rude to him. He gets offensive, but she doesn't mean it. There we go again with the offensive. Maybe you guys should watch football, get a little grasp on those terms. Then they bring out hobby number 2, and he gets all camera shy. He's like, I do this for her. This filming isn't really me. I'm just here for my girl. Dr. Drew asks him, is this a long-term commitment? I take it day by day. Briana gets all giddy and starts giggling. You're a liar. Does he not want to claim her on TV? Like, why is that cute? Brittany actually brought questions to quiz Javi. What's your favorite thing about my sister? Everything. What's your favorite thing about her appearance? Her smile. What about her personality? Her laugh. What do you like to cook? DoorDash. Do you love her? Yes. Come on, Brittany. We know you can go harder on the questions than that. Ask about the face tats. Ask about the baby mama. And that's all for the first part of the reunion. What do you think of Devoin walking off stage? And why won't Briana put him on child support? Make sure to leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week.